This is a 3-minute message brought to you by Redemption Church, Delray Beach.
Hey Redemption Church, it's Casey from the Avenue Church, and I'm super thankful to be able to share a proverb with you today. Today we're going to be looking at Proverbs 13, and it's all about your community. Here's what the author says: whoever walks with the wise becomes wise, but the companion of fools will suffer harm. So we see this played out at our church all the time with basically people who are walking through recovery and they're back and forth in addiction and not. A lot of times what matters is the people they surround themselves with. And we know that can actually be a life or death situation for them. But what's interesting is Proverbs tells us that it's actually a life or death situation for us as well, spiritually. And so, man, I just want to encourage you guys as I walked through this morning to make sure that you find yourself in a community of wise people. The scriptures define wise people as those who hear the word of God and respond accordingly. Fools are those who hear it and they keep making the same mistake. And evil people are people who come in and mean to harm. Those are kind of like the three categories of people in Proverbs. And so making sure that you have a community of wise, Jesus-loving people who are hearing the word, responding to the word, not perfect, certainly broken and in need of Jesus, but moving in that direction is really, really important. I've heard someone say, like your 5 closest friends define who you are, not vice versa. And it's interesting. I mean, I don't know how that matches up biblically, but I do know as I read this particular proverb, it's a really big deal who like your circle of 5 are. And so it's not to the exclusion of hanging out with lost people, but it's like that's the community that refreshes you and you actually go with to the lost. And so, man, just be encouraged to put yourself in those situations where you're walking with the wise. If it's your desire to fall more in love with Jesus, to love your family well, this sort of thing, man, walk with the wise and be careful when you're walking with the fools, because it is and can be a life-death situation. Love you guys, and thanks for letting me share.